I don't think you should be able to trademark these things. Hot girls read. Why would you be able to trademark that? Like, it's sickening anyway, these corporate bastards. This is the thing. We get abused, we get oppressed by corporations, and then we want to be just like those corporations. Like, there should be no trademark or copyright on Batman. Bob Kane is dead and has been for a long time. Superman, he came out in the 20s or 30s. That should not be a thing anymore. Superman should be we it belongs to us. This is the folk tradition. We cannot have a culture as long as corporations own the artifacts of our culture. Folk tradition is like Man of Constant Sorrow by, it's not by Bob Dylan, but I think it's by Bob Dylan, right? But it existed before him. He covered it. Everybody does their own version of I Am a Man of Constant Sorrow. We have all, or House of the Rising Sun. It doesn't belong to anybody. We can all sing it anytime we want because it doesn't belong to anyone. It's called culture. It's part of every generation. Every person can contribute to that. That's how you build culture. But as soon as you have corporations, because we're just colonialists, that's all we are. We want to enclose all commonly owned shit. That's like typical. Anything commonly owned land, they did it with the land. They enclosed certain parts so that we couldn't move. They enclose other areas so that we can't do business like we used to. We can't meet each other like we used to. This is what they're doing in the digital space now. And now we, like, girl talk or whatever the fuck it was called, book talk, they're doing it too. They're all doing it. This is mine. No one else can have it. It's like it belongs to all of us. What do you mean? Just like Batman belongs to all of us. Woody Guthrie, he stole a lot too. He didn't write all those songs. He stole a lot, and sometimes, very typically, they take folk rhythms or melodies and they just apply their own words to it or whatever. That's the folk tradition. It's how it works. And we should be doing the same thing with Batman and Superman and Spider-Man. Well, Spider-Man's younger, but like, it used to be 50 years, because what they want to do is like, okay, we want to encourage creativity. So if you invent Batman, right, or whatever, you invent whatever man, and whatever man gets famous, you own it for your lifetime, and then 50 years after you die, so that your kids can make a little scratch off it. That was always the plan. That was the rule. But then corporations came in with the thing called the Mickey Mouse law, saying they want to own their properties in perpetuity. Not all of things will be in perpetuity, but like Steamboat Willie, this specific version of Mickey Mouse is no longer owned by Disneyland, by Disney. It's owned by all of us. It's a public domain character, a PDC. But there's a Robin Hood movie out this weekend. It's a public domain character. You can make a Robin Hood movie because it belongs to all of us. Of course you can. Now, you used to be able to make a Little Mermaid. See, Disney was really good at this. You used to be able to make a Snow White. You used to be able to make whatever you want, but they made it very hard to do that because they've copywritten folk tales. They take things that were invented 1,000 years ago, 500 years ago, and they're copywriting those things, enclosing what used to be commonly owned. And it's disgusting. And it makes me sick that this young woman, she's a graphic designer. She wants to copyright Hot Girls Read. Go fuck yourself. That girl deserves, they should cut off her head. Cut her head off. I mean, not really. But she acts like this is how oligarchs are training us. Good little capitalist. Oh, you made a little money on a cute thing that all of us belong to all of us.
It is, like all trademarks, registered in a particular class of goods. She has a registration for things like bookmarks, book covers, paper, and then also apparel like sweatshirts and graphic tees. After this registration issued to Ally Rose Co., they posted something on social media that basically said...
Oh, yeah, I know this. I know the song. I play the song all the time. Woody Guthrie fought both Trumps. Trump was alive at that time. Donald Trump was alive. I'm sending out to you and your old. I'm sending out an invitation to you and your old man both, asking you to to live in Beach Haven. He's talking about Donald Trump and Fred Trump. He's talking about both of them in that song.
Alerted people to the fact that they own this trademark and that they knew that there were people that followed them on social media that were using this phrase on similar goods and telling them that they needed to knock it off. Essentially like a social media posting that is really a cease and desist notice.
Now, here is the part that really got people upset because in the trademark filing, she claimed first use of the phrase dating back to January 2021. But in the same announcement post, she described getting into reading 3-ish years ago. So 3-ish years ago from 2026 puts us around.
So Mickey Mouse sucks anyways, but it sucks. Why does Mickey Mouse suck? Because it's owned by this corporation that makes it suck. Mickey Mouse could actually be incredible if everybody owned it. And Mickey Mouse has actually been co-opted by the underground and by subversives and by deviant art and stuff like that. So people have actually done, because people just disregard copyright all the time. And I say go for it. Disregard copyright. And then when they tell you, oh, you can't do that, you take it down. They have to send you a cease and desist. They can't just take your money unless you're making lots of money off of it. Then they could take the money that you made. But it's not like they can come after you with, they can't put you in jail for using the Superman logo. You can make as much Superman shit as you want. You just have to sell it on the sly. But you could do it. They can't do anything. It's just like when you go to a concert, every time you, at least in the old days, I don't think they do this anymore, but in the old days, when you go to a concert, there'd be a bunch of bootleggers out there selling shirts of the concert so that they could get you to, they're trying to make money while you're waiting in line for the show. I always thought that was great. I love those guys. That's the American experience. That's the folk tradition. Oh, you're here for the Grateful Dead show? Cool. We just made some Grateful Dead t-shirts, brand new. They're collector's item. Oh yeah, they're collector's item. They're real exclusive. Here, have one.
Around 2023, right?